Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about three-phase power measurement as well as three-phase wattmeter. So here these are the some contents. In previous videos we have discussed about three-phase power measurement. In that we have seen about 3 wattmeter method, 2 wattmeter method and single wattmeter method. Now in this video we will see some numericals based on these three-phase power measurement methods as well as about 3 wattmeter method. So now we will see some numericals. Example is the reading of 2 wattmeters connected to measure the power of a balanced three-phase circuit are 2400 and 310 watt. So determine the power factor of the circuit. So given data is 2 wattmeter method is used, and in that balanced three-phase circuit is there, and the reading of 2 wattmeters, that is, if we consider the power measured of A phase, that is 2400 watt, and for phase B, that is another phase, the power measured for that B phase is 310 watt. So here we have to determine power factor, that is cos phi of the circuit. So for balanced circuit employing 2 wattmeter method, the power factor is given as cos phi equals to cos of tan inverse of root 3 Pa minus Pb upon Pa plus Pb. Okay. So if we substitute the values, then we will get cos phi equals to cos of tan inverse of root 3 Pa minus Pb, that is 2400 minus 310 upon 2400 plus 310, that is 310. So after calculating we will get cos phi equals to cos of tan inverse of 1.335, and the final answer is for power factor, that is cos phi equals to 0.599. This is the power factor or cos phi of the circuit. Now we will see another one example. Example is the power factor of three-phase circuit is 440 volt. Load is given to be 0.51 and the power measured by 2 wattmeter method is 43 kilowatt. Calculate the reading of each wattmeter. So in this numerical, the power factor is given that is cos phi, or power factor it is given, that is 0.51, and power measured by 2 wattmeter method is 43 kilowatt. Okay, that means PA plus PB is given, that is 43 kilowatt, and here we have to calculate the reading of each wattmeter. So in this numerical we have to calculate reading of each wattmeter, that is reading of each wattmeter, that is PA and PB. So we know that cos phi is 0.51. From that we will calculate the phi. So phi is the cos inverse of 0.51, that is we will get phi as a 59.34 degrees, and from that value of phi we will calculate tan phi, and that is 1.68 degrees, that is tan phi. We know the relation phi equals to tan inverse of root 3 PA minus PB upon PA plus PB. So we know the value of PA plus PB, that is given. So now we will shift this tan inverse on the left side, then we can write tan phi equals to root 3 PA minus PB upon PA plus PB. So if we substitute the values, we will get the answer as a 1.68, that is tan phi equals to root 3 PA minus PB upon PA plus PB is there, and we know that one, it is given 43 kilowatt. So we will get this PA minus PB as a 41.70 kilowatt, and PA minus PB, sorry, PA plus PB is given as 43 kilowatt. So from the values of these two, we can write PA equals to, sorry, here we know the values for PA minus PB, that is 41.70 kilowatt, and another is PA plus PB, that is given 43 kilowatt. So if we solve these two equations, then we will get PA equals to 42.35 kilowatt, and value of PB we will get 0.645 kilowatt. So these are the reading of each wattmeter. Now we will see about three-phase wattmeter. Now we will discuss about an electrodynamic three-phase wattmeter, which is a single instrument constructed for the measurement of three-phase power. It consists of two wattmeters having two moving coils mounted together on a single pivoted spindle and encased in a single chest. Okay, so three-phase wattmeter consists of two wattmeters having two moving coils mounted together on a single pivoting spindle and encased in a single chest. The combination of current coil and a pressure coil is termed as a element. The three-phase wattmeter consists of two such combinations. That means combination of two elements, and element is nothing but the combination of current coil and pressure coil. So the three-phase wattmeter consists of two such combinations, and hence it is also called as a three-phase two element wattmeter. So now we will see the figure in which three-phase wattmeter is shown. So here you can see two elements are there, element 1 and element 2. Here both the elements are connected in the same way as two single phase wattmeters are connected in a two wattmeter method. So in three phase wattmeter, both elements, element 1 and element 2, are connected in the same way as two single phase wattmeters are connected in a two wattmeter method. Torque is exerted by both the moving coils on the spindle to produce the deflection. The torque on each element is in proportion to the power being measured by it. Hence, we can write for element 1, the deflecting torque is proportional to the PA, that is power measured by wattmeter WA, that is PA, and for element 2, deflecting torque is directly proportional to the power measured by wattmeter WB. Sorry, here WA and WB not exist. So power measured for B phase. The total deflecting torque is equal to the algebraic sum of the torques exerted by the two coils, and it is proportional to the total power measured by them. Hence we can write the total deflecting torque is proportional to PA plus PB, or we can write as it is proportional to P, and P is the PA plus PB. So due to the mutual interference between the two elements, there may occur some errors in the reading of the wattmeter. So Here, due to mutual interference between the two elements, there may occur some errors in the reading of the wattmeter. To eliminate this effect, the elements are shielded from each other by using a laminated iron shield. Another method is known as Watson's method, and it is shown in the figure. You can see the figure on the screen. The value of resistance R can be adjusted as per the requirement. So this method is to remove the mutual interference. So here the value of resistance R can be adjusted as per the requirement. Here it is. Okay. So this method is used to remove the mutual interference. And why to eliminate this one? Because of mutual interference between the two elements, there may occur some errors in the reading of wattmeter. And to eliminate this effect, the elements are shielded from each other. By using a laminated iron shield. This is another method, that is Watson's method, in which the value of resistance R can be adjusted as per the requirement. So in this video, we have seen the numericals based on three-phase power measurement and regarding three-phase wattmeter. So in the numericals, we have seen the determination of power factor for 2 wattmeter method, as well as for 2 wattmeter method, the calculation of reading of each wattmeter we have seen. And in three-phase wattmeter, we have seen that the three-phase wattmeter consists of 2 wattmeters having 2 moving coils mounted together on a single pivoting spindle and encased in a single chest. The three-phase wattmeter consists of 2 combinations of current coil and pressure coil, and it is called as a three-phase 2-element wattmeter. And in three-phase wattmeter, the mutual interference between two elements is present, which result into some errors in the reading of wattmeter. And to eliminate that error, we have to use shielding in the element from each other by using a laminated iron shield, or we can use Watson's method to reduce the mutual interference. And in previous video, we have already seen the single wattmeter method, 2 wattmeter method, and 3 wattmeter method for the three-phase power measurement. So this is all about the three-phase power measurement as well as three-phase wattmeter. So thank you for watching this video.